Welcome back, my fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. This is Urban Forest, and we're here to do your reading for the month of March 2026. And this is a very special reading for you guys, especially because this is the year of the fire horse. So this whole year is really a powerful year for everyone, but particularly for you, my fire signs, and for anyone who falls under the sign of the fire horse. Me. So this is going to be a wonderful year for us. Very, very, very powerful esoteric year for us. Okay. Highly recommend that all of you spend time really meditating, taking classes, learning about your metaphysical gifts, okay, and really enhancing them. And you're going to see a big growth in your spiritual gifts. All right, so we're here to do your reading, okay? As always, we're going to start out with our oracle cards from Moonology deck about the energy that comes in for the month of March. Let's see how my fire signs are doing. As always, this is a collective reading. Some things may apply to you, some things may not, or spirit might help you to understand how this resonates with you, your particular lifestyle, and things that are going on for you. This is a jumper. I always read jumpers. And its conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Excuse me. Conclusions are within reach. Okay. So what was going on for you? I don't remember the month of February. What was going on? However, whatever you were going through in the last month or so, things are going to start coming to an end in that month. From that month, things are going to start tightening up loose ends. You're going to tie up some loose ends. Things that might have not been going well are going to kind of get like resolved, right? So those conclusions are within reach. Let's see how that plays out with the overall message for the other houses. We're going to do the house of interpersonal relationships, family, friends, lovers, possible new lovers. My apologies. Before I started today's reading, I sprayed my cleansing sage spray, and it's giving me a little bit of a cough. It smells terrific. I make it myself, but it's giving me a cough. All right. There we go. Interesting. 8 of Wands. Okay. So what this is telling me, excuse me. This is telling me that there's going to be, when it comes to other people in your life during the month of March, there's going to be a lot of communication, right? Everybody wants to talk it out. You need to talk it out. Communication is needed, understanding needs to be provided. A lot of conversations are going to happen. The other thing too is a lot of this is going to happen really quickly. Okay. I'm almost getting the message from Spirit is a lot of these messaging, this conversations, this level of communication is really going to be via, I want to use the word electronic, okay? Virtual, okay? Through emails, through texts, through social media. It's really not going to be, and it could change. We're going to see the rest of this reading. I don't see this really happening in a person-to-person kind of sit down, let's have a conversation, simply because it's too quick. And, for many of us, it's a lot faster to text people back and forth or type it on social media and have these things. But it seems like a lot of the messaging for you is going to be around social media. Now, this is also what's interesting is this is also the Suit of Wands. The Suit of Wands is fire. We're doing you, right? Which is fire. This is also a time where passions, right? The Suit of Wands is also about creativity and passion, ambition, things like that. And it's kind of moving quickly, right? If you notice, let me show this card for those of you who've never really seen it. You see how fast they look like they're flying? They're just like, choo, 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 right? So it's almost like the level of passion, the level of enthusiasm, the level of inspiration, it's just going to be like tenfold. It's going to be like bang, 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 bang. The overall kind of vision that I'm getting from Spirit is, because it's in your house of relationships, it almost feels like you and other individuals are going to get really excited about a project or an idea or a concept. And it's going to be like, do you ever get into a thing with brainstorming and all the spark plugs in your brain starts going boom, 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 rapidness, and it's like, oh my God, this is so cool, this is so exciting, I can see we could do this, we could do that, and all the ideas just go psh, 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 psh. That's how I see this in your house of relationships. Okay, everything starts moving quickly. And I guess maybe this is also why I'm seeing it in the forms of like virtual communication, because it's like, yeah, you start working on these projects with other people and you're sending back and forth pictures and ideas and bullet points and topics. And you are all working on this together. So whatever this project is for you, fire signs, during the month of March, you are going to be doing this with other people. And it's going to be a really exciting time. This can also be, for some of you, right? Because it is in your house of relationships, this could be simply like you're planning a major family event. Like I could totally see this. And if I had the Four of Wands, I would totally say, yes, this is what it is. But I can totally see this the way it is, like planning a family reunion, right? You're trying to get everybody there. You're all excited. You have a core team of family members, and you're all brainstorming and sharing ideas and coordinating a big family reunion. Or it could just be you part of like a part of a committee planning a social event. Okay, I just see you being part of an interpersonal social event or activity during the month of March, and you're going to be really, really passionate and excited about it. So, and you could hear my enthusiasm. So it's almost like Spirit is confirming that, right? Because I'm feeling that feeling for you. Okay. I'm feeling that feeling for you. And when I feel it, that means this is kind of like Spirit is telling me, yeah, this is the message I want you to convey. My thing is, I need you, fire signs, to come back, right, and post it in the comments. Let me know what event you ended up working on or what committee for this resonated with you and what you're doing, okay? Put that in the comments. Let the other readers share in your fun and in your excitement. All right. Let's take a look at your house of resources. Material and tangible items. Okay. Spirit, what message do you have for our fire signs? The month of March. Sorry, it's not ready to read yet. They'll let me know. They'll let me know. Spirit, just let me know. Okay. Told you, Spirit would let me know. And I did. We got a jumper. Okay. The King of Pentacles. You ready? This is somebody who's really, really good with management. Okay. Somebody who's really good with like more of the concrete resource things, you know, finances, bills, things like that, the day-to-day practical items. This is somebody who's really good with all of that. And this is definitely in your house of resources. Now, is this you? Is this someone else? I'm getting sense that for the month of March, this is kind of reflective of you. Now, some of you are going to be there saying, I'm horrible with my finances. I'm not good with budgets. All right, maybe normally. However, for the month of March, you're going to take on that position, okay? You're going to be the one who really starts to handle their business, okay? Things are just going to start making sense for you. You're going to be able to start feeling like, I can do this, I can do that, or I need to budget. I can help you budget. You know, I can help you pull it together. I can get my shit in order, okay? This is your day-to-day concrete work, school, business kind of deal, bills. You're going to get your shit in order because you are the king. Okay? And by the way, this is gender neutral. Okay? This is definitely many of you are females, but you are the king during the month of March. Okay? You are the leader. You are the head honcho. You're el grande queso. Okay? The big cheese. You're the one that's going to be in control of all of this. Now, what's interesting is, because I saw this card, and it takes me back to the original card, it makes me wonder if in being part of this, this is the role you're going to be taking. You're going to be taking a leadership role, giving the advice around the budgets, the finances, and things of that nature, the resources, the location. Interesting thought, right? Let's see. What are going to be some challenges for you, my fire signs? Telling you. All right. All my fire signs. After this video, and after you like and subscribe and leave a comment, I need you to go look at the water sign reading for the month of March for the challenges. Because guess what? You saw me shuffle. Yeah, we're shuffling. And look what Spirit pulled. You got the same exact card in the same exact placement, okay? Now, and it's they also had a similar topic, just so you know. However, that being said, okay, this is the happy family. See the rainbows? Hey, rainbows, sugar plums, everything's all happy. Challenge. Why is it a challenge? It's a challenge because that's not the normal you, right? You tend to be more of an introvert, extrovert, and you kind of don't want to be around people. Maybe you're still getting through the winter glooms. You're still kind of in hibernation mode, but you're being pulled out of that. You're getting pulled out of hibernation and more towards spring because we're in March, right? We're moving towards spring. We're coming out of our caves. And the challenge is being around people, being around that social environment, being around those kind of events that ask us to exert more energy, okay? And but I'm telling you, it's just making more sense. I'm going to do strength, and then I kind of want to do an overview. Look at all this. Let's look at your strength card, okay? The strength card that got pulled is the Three of Hearts in reverse. Okay, so that's a strength because whatever was causing you grief and sorrow and sadness is going to start resolving itself. That depression, that sadness, that harm, that hurt is going to start alleviating itself. Okay, kind of brings us back to, conclusions are within reach. And I think that's a strength that's coming out of itself because of everything else that we're looking at that we were talking about in this reading. Okay. This is also what's going to make you feel better about this. Okay. All of this being around people and doing something positive with others and feeling excited about things is going to get you out of this depression. It's going to get you out of this melancholy. Okay. And this is, I guess, remember when I said this is a challenge, being around people and being part of these social activities? That's because originally you were kind of like this. Okay. You were kind of like this. But the strength is that you are coming out of that sense of sadness. So this is why it was a challenge, because you were feeling sad, you're feeling depressed for so long, and now you're being asked to become more sociable. You're being asked to be part of community. You're being asked to be part of tribe. And this is a challenge for you. However, you're going to be able to negotiate all that because the way you're going to be asked is going to be more of not a lovey-dovey, hugs and feely kind of thing, but more of a practical sense, okay? More of a practical, and this feels safer for you. You're better in the concrete nurturing thing than you are in the lovey-dovey, let me hug you, make you feel better. That's not where you are right now. So this is why this is a good place for you to be. And this is why it's so good and why, you getting that, you're able to be part of this committee. All right. All right, my fire signs. That's a really powerful reading. All right, let's see what the magical spell cards have for us for the month of March. Thank you, Lucy Cavendish, for designing such an amazing deck. I really, really enjoy incorporating this deck into our monthly readings. I just think it brings a different layer, doesn't it? Different layer than what we've been doing. Sometimes we need to refresh our spreads. Alrighty. You are not gonna believe this. Not. So remember when I told you to go back to water sign reading because this happened to be in the same position? Look at the spell card that came out in water card. In the water sign. It is the same card. And I shuffle. You guys would not believe. After each reading, I clean my deck by shuffling. I reshuffle during the readings. And what are the odds? This is why I really believe Spirit, when Spirit wants to give you a message, they are going to give you a message whether you like it or not, or whether you're ready for it or not. Friendship. Bring to me friendships true, sharing, laughter, understanding too. Listen, it's been, fire signs, a consistent message, right? Throughout this whole reading. All about community, all about tribe, all about bringing people together, all about working together with others, right? Getting repassionate about being with others. Okay. Healing, friendship. Bring to me friendships true. Sharing, laughter, understanding too. Okay. I highly encourage everyone. I'm going to put the link below to buy this deck. It's an amazing deck. just a little infomercial real quick. I'm also going to put a link down the bottom for Cosmic Orphan, who introduced me to this deck and actually bought me this deck. He does an amazing, amazing flip through. But you could see this extremely thick book. Each card comes with a message from divinity or spirit, and why this card was chosen for you, along with a spell, okay? In order, I will not share the whole spell with you. Because the author has put a lot of work and her own magic into this. I highly encourage you to buy the deck yourself, so you could learn the full spell. I just give you the little piece that's on the card. But if you're into magic and you want to do a friendship spell, please, I highly encourage you. They're beautiful, beautiful, simple spells. Very caring spells. All right, my fire signs, have a great month. Leave comments on the bottom. I really want to hear what comes up for you guys. I'm really excited about this reading for you, and the messages that came out. All right, take care. Bye.